Hey guys, it's me, Bricks and Kyber, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I know it's quite a shocker, I don't upload really that much anymore, and really there is no explanation. I just want to focus more on making movies, which I later upload to this channel, but of course from time to time I do want to make a LEGO video, so this is it. Now, this year we have the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars, and I want to discuss, was it any good? So basically what I will do is, I will go through each of the 7 sets and the 7 figures that we got for the 25th anniversary, and at the end I will rank them all. And I will discuss whether I think they were actually appropriate for the anniversary or whether they could have appeared in regular sets. So, if you didn't know, for the 20th anniversary 5 years ago, what LEGO did is it gave us 5 remake sets, and then there were 5 remake figures from the original 1999 wave, which was a really cool concept, but for this year it was so much cooler, as they made just modern figures that we really wanted, of characters that we really wanted. For example, Nien, Saw Gerrera, and things like that, which was really cool. Okay, so let's start by going through each of the sets. So the first set was, of course, boarding of the Tantive 4. This was a really awesome playset. This is one of the most iconic Star Wars scenes, so it makes sense that we would have gotten a playset of that scene. And the figure here was ARC Trooper 5s. Now, the interesting thing about ARC Trooper 5s is that most people really hate this figure. And that's mostly due to the fact that the helmet doesn't really look that well. If you compare it to some custom 5 figures that we've had over the years, they look just much better when it comes to the helmet, and most people didn't like that. But outside of the helmet, there was also an issue with the comma piece, that there was no comma cloth piece and the comma was simply printed on his legs, and that the collar was just a bit too thin and didn't bend enough, so it looked very unnatural. And I think all of those claims are very reasonable, but I think there are some pluses of these 5 figures. First of all, the face is fantastic, the torso is fantastic, and of course the arm printing is so nice. I never expected that 5s would have gotten arm printing. I think they would have cheaped out. That's what I expected at least, but they didn't, and it's very nice. All in all, I'm kind of disappointed that 5's got a 25 figure spot, as I think he could have easily been included in any sort of gunship or ATT set that they would have made, and I don't really see the need for him to being this special figure, as I think literally he could fit into any Clone Wars set, as it's clear that LEGO doesn't care about consistency or accuracy in those sets. They just put random figures. Look at the last gunship that we got that had such random figures that just didn't fit with that exact model of the gunship, but hey, people still bought it and it's a really good set. So 5s could have easily been randomly included in some random. Okay, but next we got an R2-D2, a buildable R2-D2, which is interesting, as currently you can also get the giant UCS buildable R2-D2, and I'm honestly a really big fan of this. I think this is a much better scale than the UCS set. I think it fits much more nicely, and with that C-3PO that they came out this summer, they just look combined really good. And the figure here is Darth Malak, and this is a perfect choice in my opinion for an anniversary figure, as I don't see LEGO ever making an Old Republic set, so Darth Malak just fits so perfectly as a special figure, as there is no set they could have ever included him. Or maybe if Disney actually made something from the Old Republic with Darth Malak, then possibly we could have gotten a Darth Malak, but he would look probably differently. So I think this was really the perfect choice for an anniversary fig. Later, we got the Sith Infiltrator. Now this set is controversial to say the least again, because most Sith Infiltrators were minifig scale and very accurate to the Phantom Menace. They were, long and thin, but this one is short and chunky, which really disappointed me, as the Sith Infiltrator is one of the cooler ships in my opinion in Star Wars, especially from the prequels. And to see it just being so clunky and chunky, I mean, I like how it closes all up so smoothly. It's so satisfying to close it all up, but the problem is it looks like a brick, it just looks sort of like a brick, and it's really frustrating. And the figures were really cool for the set, but there was so little of them that it also felt really disappointing. Like, where's Padme, and the Shmi could have been included, Captain Panaka, like there's so many other figures they could have included here, but they just went for the bare minimum, which is really unfortunate when you look at the boarding of the Tantive 4, where they just went all out. And the anniversary figure over here was Saw Gerrera. Now Saw Gerrera I think is also quite a good choice, as we're not gonna get Rogue One sets anytime soon, as LEGO really doesn't remake stuff from the Disney movies, as there's so much more Disney stuff coming out each year that I don't think they don't have like the time to do that. I mean, maybe potentially we'll get a sequel set like every now and then, but even that's like so rare. So I don't think we would have gotten any sets from Rogue One, so Saw Gerrera just fits quite perfectly as an anniversary figure, and also he's so good. I mean, the renders made him look very bright green, but fortunately it was a dark green, and I think the face is also really well done. I kind of wished he had arm printing. That's my really only And next we got something quite interesting, as we got young Leia in a droid builder set. Now I have no idea why the droid builder set exists. I mean, it's like they're remaking an idea that flopped, like the droid builder from 2019 or 2020 was it, with like a powered R2D2. I think that set like was quite bad, and I know it flopped horribly, so I don't get why remake it. I mean, of course now you don't have the power functions and you have the young Leia, but I don't know, all the droids just look really bad, except for like Chopper. He looks kind of okay, but you have such thick legs and it's really weird. And young Leia's there, and young Leia is a great choice for a figure as well. I think, as I've said, I don't think they're gonna remake much of the Disney stuff. I think when a new Disney show comes out or something, they just make the 2 or 3 sets and that's it. If it doesn't get another season, they don't go back and make any more sets. So I don't think Kenobi, you know, is getting a season 2 anytime soon. I mean, apparently it is, but I don't think, you know, it's gonna be in the next year or the year after that, probably like 2027. So yeah, young Leia, we wouldn't have gotten that figure anywhere else, so I get why she's included, but most people don't like it because she's quite a boring figure, and I get that, but I'm happy we have the character, as now we really don't need much more from Kenobi Season 1 when it comes to figures. I mean, Uncle Owen would be great, but, you know, young Leia is far more important in that show than him, so I think it fits quite well. And then we got Cal Kestis in the Star Destroyer. Now, the Star Destroyer, great set. We should have gotten an Imperial Star Destroyer way long overdue. It's been 10 years, and I think this one looks great. I especially love the handle feature that they did. It's like so hidden, but it's so clever. It's so clever. I really love it. I must say, I really love it. But besides the fact, I mean, this is a great set, and Cal Kestis, perfect figure as a 20th anniversary figure. We're never gonna get a set based off Fallen Order, so I think this fits so well. But I don't get why BD1 is included. Like, we have an existing mold for BD1. They even made a BD1 for the BD1 set, but no, they're just not gonna include it here. While they include Lola for Leia, it's just really dumb. Like, they really now want you to buy that BD1 set just for that one piece so you can include it with your Cal Kestis. It's really stupid, but it's a great figure and it fits very well for the 25th anniversary. As I've said, we're never gonna probably get a Fallen Order set or Survivor set, for that matter of fact. Righty, and lastly we have the Desert Skiff, and the Desert Skiff has been quite controversial. It's way overpriced, and I definitely agree with that. But it is a solid set in my opinion. It's really nice. It's got some great features, especially that slide out, you know, panel where you can make Luke jump off. I think that works so well, though I wish it had studs to actually attach the figure, but it doesn't. Oh well. And the figure here was Nien Nunb, and Nien Nunb is very interesting, as he looks great. He looks fantastic. He's got a great new mold, but my problem with Nien Nunb is that he could have been easily included in some random like rebel set, like a random rebel ship or a random rebel base that we would have gotten in literally like any set from Return of the Jedi, and you could have included him there. So I don't think he really needed to be a 25th anniversary figure, but he's a great figure nonetheless, so I'm happy we have him, and we've wanted him for years, so he fits very nicely. And we actually got one last set, which was a surprise, which is the Dropship and Rebel Scout Trooper Battle Pack. And this is a really solid set. I mean, it's very cool because it's an homage to the classic battle packs from 2008. And it looks really nice, and of course we got actually a remake of the Imperial Dropship back in 2019 in the last anniversary, so it kind of connects the anniversaries, which I think is very clever, though this dropship is significantly worse. And the figure here is Cutie Katie, and Cutie Katie is like also a perfect choice for anniversary figure, though technically we could have gotten her in any Clone Wars set or Rebel base, but I think it's really cool as it will make people more interested in the character and find out actually a story behind the character, which I think is really cool. If you don't know what the story is, definitely search up Cutie Katie online, and I'm really happy we have the character, though I didn't expect this version to be made. When I heard the rumor that she's actually coming, I thought it would be the wider version, the one that I think even is in The Force Awakens, but no, it's the Clone version. So yeah, those are all the anniversary figures and the anniversary sets. Now let's rank them all. Alright, so at number 7 is, I know this will make people pumped up, but it's Fives. Now, I don't think Fives is a bad figure. I actually really like the figure. I even like the helmet. I don't mind it that much. But my problem with Fives is that Fives could have been included in any Clone Wars set. They really don't care what figures they put in those Clone Wars sets, so I think Fives could have been in any Clone Wars set, and I don't think he needed to be a 25th anniversary figure. I think he wasn't really... You know, they could put him in any set, so I don't get really why they made him a 25th anniversary figure. And he really, in my opinion, kind of wastes a spot. Then, on number 6, we have Young Leia. Now, Young Leia, I know I praised her to be a great choice for anniversary figure, but she's simply not that interesting. I just prefer the other figures, and that's why she's at number 6. Though I do think she's one of the better choices. Like, it makes sense that we would have gotten a Young Leia as an anniversary figure, as there's no way we're getting any more Kenobi sets. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, she's just not that interesting. All that is exclusive is the Lola and the torso print, and the rest are reuses. So yeah, Leia has got to be number 6. At number 5, we have Cutie Katie. Great choice. Really great choice. I love also the design. I think the pink really stand out, especially when you have all the anniversary figures just put together. I think Cutie Katie just looks really good next to them. She really stands out, and it really looks fantastic. She was a great choice for sure. Number 4, we have Nien Nunb. Now, Nien Nunb is higher, even though I said that he really shouldn't have been an anniversary figure, so technically I should have put him at number 6, but I think it's more difficult to put Nien Nunb in a set, as Nien Nunb could have only been really in the Return of the Jedi set, and that would have to have been like the Millennium Falcon. As when it comes to the original trilogy, LEGO is like perfectionist with the figures, and which makes sense to be included, whereas with Clone Wars they don't care. They put any single clone trooper that they want in any single set, so Fives could have been literally in any set, whereas Nien Nunb could have been only in a couple of sets from Return of the Jedi, which I don't think they're gonna be making anytime soon. Number 3, we have Darth Malak. This is a perfect choice. We're not gonna get any Old Republic sets. I think they also just went all out on this. They gave him like a brand new mold. Well, they could have reused like the old trim piece, but they didn't. We had a brand new mold for him. The cape is also great, and yeah, just a perfect figure in general. Perfectly fits for the anniversary. It is definitely not a wasted spot, and it's also such a cool character to get. And finally, we are getting more Old Republic sets. It's just really nice to see. So yeah, great choice. Second is Saw Gerrera. This is also a really good choice. As I've said, we're not gonna get Rogue One sets anytime soon, so it really fits, and also they went really nicely on him. They gave him that new armor piece. He has a of course a brand new cape piece, and the face looks great as well. They really put on a lot of effort. I wish he could have had the arm printing. If he did, he would have been probably number 1, but he isn't. But I still love that we have him. And finally, first is Cal Kestis. I mean, gaming sets never happened. The only one that we really got was the Inferno Squad Battle Pack, which had like named characters from a game, as the rest were mostly like troop builders, so nothing like specific. Cal Kestis on his own, I think, looks perfect. I love the hairpiece, I love the face, everything is just fits so nicely. Though if he had a poncho, man, if he had a poncho, that would have been great. But he doesn't, and you know what, that's fine. I mean, most people play without the poncho as well, and most promotional material also doesn't have a poncho, so only some does. So you know what, I accept that. That's okay. That's okay. Though a poncho would have been like a chef's kiss, but it isn't there. So yeah. And yeah, that's really how I rank all the figures. That's what I think about the anniversary. I think most of the choices were really good. I think outside of Fives really being an anniversary figure, I don't really have much issue. And of course, the droid builder set existing, I think that's, yeah, they could have just made a playset or a ship. That would have been much better. But yeah, I think all in all, this anniversary was really good. I would even say it is better than the last anniversary. When it comes to the figures, like the special figures, but when it comes to the sets, I really like the remakes. that they did last time, though now we had some really cool original sets. I mean, we had boarding on the Tantive 4, which is a fantastic playset, and not all sets were bad. Like the Sith Infiltrator I still really like, though it is a bit chunky. Then the Star Destroyer I think is also a great set. And yeah, so I think the sets are kind of a mixed bag, while the figures are all really good. But for the most part, I think the sets are fantastic, and I think this anniversary was a success. Of course, there are more anniversary sets that just weren't included here because they didn't have the figures, as those are the ones that I wanted to focus. Of course, for example, and the Invisible Hand is also a 25th anniversary set, the Droidica is a 25th anniversary set, so there are much more anniversary sets that I think are really good, but these 7 are the main ones, and I think LEGO for the most part did a really solid job. So yeah, that's really it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more. I actually might do a LEGO video again because this was really fun. And yeah, if not, I mean, I'm releasing a film next week, so go and look out for that. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.